What up, friends? Welcome to Woodall's Wednesday Webcast, week number 183. All right, today I want to talk about me. Isn't that a song by Toby Keith? I think it is. So here's the deal. I've had several clients ask me in the last couple of days, want to know my story. So I don't talk about me all that lot. I talk about what I do. So I want to give you a little background. So, I often think, Tiger Woods started playing golf at 4. I wish someone would have given me a guitar. And I think Stevie Ray Vaughan started guitar at 3 or 4. I wish someone had gave me a guitar at 4. My life would have been a lot cooler, but they didn't. But as a child, I'm saying I'm looking back over things that I did that were unusual. I didn't think of at the time. As a child, 12, 13, 14 years old, I had all these bodybuilder pictures all over my walls. Kids that have sports figures, which I had Bo Jackson because he was a Raider and Royal. But kids that have sports people or whatever, I would literally cut out pictures out of Muscle and Fitness magazine and put them on my wall. So my mom and I would go to our local grocery store and I would pick up the latest Muscle and Fitness. I don't think that's normal for a 12-year-old. But I did. So I had those on my walls, plastered on my walls, which is cool because one of those guys, my favorite bodybuilder, Eddie Robinson, as an adult, I have connected with him and he's written me stuff and signed pictures for me and all this kind of stuff. So that's cool. So I always loved bodybuilding. I started working out when I was with weights, when I was, 13 or so. I had a set at home and I had the gym membership. My mom worked at Cox, so I could work out at Cox. Then I continued to lift weights through college. I've always lifted weights. Then in the big turn for me, and there was times where I would get skinny because I would run a lot. I was really into running 5Ks, and I'd get skinny for a while, and then I'd gain my weight back. So in 2010, my friend John Savington was going to be, he was a coworker, and he was going to be in the Missouri State Bodybuilding Championship. But it was the same day Jack was supposed to be born. So Jack was a week late. So my wife and I went to that competition. My wife sat on the front row of a bodybuilding competition, 41 weeks pregnant, which was interesting for her, I'm sure. So had the show, watched my friend, met his coach, John Gorman. And after that show, I just was really motivated. Like my workouts were great. Everything was killing it. But as most of us, I didn't have the food right. Okay, so I'd worked out all these times, all these years, my whole life, never had the food right. Okay, so my body didn't change, so I didn't get the food right. Does that sound familiar, clients? It should. So, John Sappington's competition was in July, and in October, I hired John Gorman to be my coach. So, I went from 242 to 180. Okay, and at this point, I'm 35/36. I went from 242 to 180. Okay, it was a great experience. John Gorman and John Savington are the two most influential people in my life as far as bodybuilding and nutrition and weight loss and all that kind of stuff. Because I worked with John, so I was John Savington, so I was constantly peppering him with questions, constantly peppering John Gorman with questions. So I did all that. Well, I lost 62 pounds. So people are going to notice. So everywhere I went, some people didn't even recognize me. My favorite story is I saw a girl that I worked with, a nurse in Dillard's, and I actually have trained her now. But anyway, I walked up to her and she grabbed her child, like stranger coming, and I'm like, hey, it's me, it's Ryan. It's like, oh my God. So that's pretty cool when you lose 62 pounds. So everybody kept asking me what I was doing, what I did, that kind of thing. So this is now a couple years after I'd worked with John Gorman. I had a person that I helped, and I thought, or a couple people that I helped, and I thought, okay, I want to do this because now I got everything figured out. Now I got my own spin. That whole time I've been researching and doing all this stuff. So I got one person, Mia Davis, who I went to high school with. And I said, I'm going to train you for free. I just want to get the paperwork down and get all this figured out how I'm going to do this. Okay, so in 8 weeks, Mia went from 150 to 124. Okay, so 26 pounds in 8 weeks. So she let me post. Obviously, she was big too because she let me promote this. So then I put that out. Now I got 10 clients. Now I got 20 clients. Now I got 100 clients. Now I got 200 clients, at the same time. So in my dad's 65th birthday, in February of 14, I resigned and left to do this full time. And it's the best decision I ever made. I knew that my clients would help me through this. I knew my clients were going to continue to be successful. I knew they were going to support me, and they did greatly. So I quit my hospital job, and this is all I have done since February 23rd, 2014. Have had no other job, not used a time clock again. So thank you all for that. So that's my story. So I've been so blessed to help, 7,300 people now in the last over 10 and a half years now. I mean, I feel like this is my life work. I feel like this is what God wanted me to do the whole time. I was already helping people, the hospital, obviously, and saving people's lives, but I'm still doing the same thing. I'm still helping people. I'm still saving people's lives. I get to be intimately involved with people. I know what's going on in their lives. I know when they have family issues. I know when they lose their job. I know when they get divorced. And I like being there with them for that and help them get through that. So that's what I do, and I love every minute of it. Not a lot of people can say, I love my job. I love everything about my job. It's all I want to do. But that's how I feel right now. That's because of all you guys. So, long video, but I've been asked multiple times this week, and I thought I should do a video about that. Love you guys.